Hey everybody, good morning. How are you doing? My name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney, and today we are talking about how to qualify for a work permit if you are not in status. What ways, what would make you eligible to receive a work permit, work legally in the United States, get a social security number if you are out of status. So this is a question that we get pretty often. Thank you for joining us live. I will also be taking your immigration questions. If you would like to post your immigration questions, I'd be happy to take them here, and I will get to that as soon as we go ahead and answer this question for today. So the question again is, how do I get a work permit if I'm out of status? So the one thing to remember, you can't apply for a work permit. You can't apply for a social security number if you don't have some other application pending. So the work permit, the application for a work permit is kind of a tack on to some other application. So this other application can be a humanitarian application. It can be, meaning, when I say that, if you're unfamiliar, meaning it can be like an asylum application, which is you're afraid to return to your home country and you're here illegally. It can be perhaps if you witnessed a crime, right? If you witnessed a crime, you can apply for a visa and ultimately a green card based on you witnessing that crime. You may have experienced forced labor, experienced people harming you, forcing you to do things without pay. That could be a humanitarian option that could lead to a work permit, a green card, and ultimately U.S. citizenship, right? So these are all different ways to qualify for a work permit if you're out of status. This is how you might qualify for a work permit if you entered illegally or you somehow came in with a tourist visa and you lost status. These are ways. So you have to have an application pending in order to then apply for and receive a work permit. So that is something to keep in mind, because often we get clients calling us and they just want to apply for a work permit and they don't know, they haven't talked to anybody before and they're just asking how can I apply for a work permit? So in order to apply for a work permit, you need to have another application. So if you don't know how you might qualify, I would suggest doing a consultation with our firm to help you figure out how it is that you might qualify for some kind of status that might lead to a green card, that might lead to U.S. citizenship eventually, because a work permit is sometimes associated with that kind of application. Right, it could be if you're a victim of a crime, as I mentioned, you could apply for a green card and receive a work permit. So there's many different ways to do that. Okay, so I would suggest if you're out of status, you don't know how to qualify, I would suggest that you should, talk to a lawyer to see if you're eligible for some kind of relief to, one, keep you from being deported, but also to give you work authorization so you can work legally anywhere in the U.S. and also get a social security number, a driver's license, and all these different things. Many states are allowing you to get a driver's license now, even if you don't have immigration status. So you may be able to do that depending on where you live. Okay? Give us a call if we can help you. Our consultations are conducted by phone or by Zoom. They're directly with me. And we go through your immigration questions, your immigration history, and what your goals are. And we try to kind of outline a process for that for you and give you your options. So they're done by Zoom or by phone. If you're local, we just kind of opened up our in-person meetings recently, so I'd be happy to meet with you in person. I am located right outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia. Our office is right outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia. Our clients are, however, all over the United States. We can represent you no matter where you are located, and we handle only immigration law. We do not handle anything other than immigration law, so we focus only on immigration law, but under immigration law, we represent companies for employment-based sponsorship, so they're sponsoring people for H-1Bs or green cards or other visas of that sort. We also represent individuals, students, many students actually, that are looking for work permits and trying to navigate their post university time. And we do humanitarian cases all the time, like the ones I just mentioned to you. So if we can help you with your immigration case, give us a call. The first step is to schedule a consultation at 703-348-1663. Ara is our person answering the phones right now. She's our client care specialist. say hello to her, and she can help you schedule a consultation. We're open right now. Okay, we're at 703-348-1663. Would love to chat with you. Great, I have some questions. Thanks so much for joining me. We're streaming live on both Facebook and on TikTok right now, so feel free to put your questions on either of them. I will be taking them and answering them, but I wanted to start off kind of going over how to qualify for work authorization. What's the best way to get work authorization if you are out of status? Okay, and I'll give you a couple other scenarios throughout this, I guess, episode of our live here. All right, great. If you're just joining me, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney, and I represent clients all throughout the United States in their immigration matters, and we handle a whole variety of immigration matters. Okay, hi, Dukuli. How are you? Dukuli's question is, I'm on asylum and my woman has a green card. Can she give me a green card? Yes, she might be eligible to sponsor you for a green card. So you'll have to give us a call. So first, it depends on when did you apply for asylum, how you entered the U.S., and then also how many days have you been out of status, right? So once you file your asylum application, you may have come in with status, you may not have had a gap, but you may be eligible to, she may be eligible to sponsor you. There are a couple of different options on how to do that. So one of them, for example, if she is a green card holder, and you are married, first of all, you should be married. I don't know if you met my woman, so I'm hoping your wife, perhaps, right? If you guys are married, if you're married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, can you get a green card? So we get this question a lot. So essentially, I'm going to repeat it for people joining me on these multiple streams here. Sorry about that. I'm going to repeat the question, which is essentially, if I'm married to a green card holder and I'm out of status, am I eligible to get my own green card? So we are helping some people in this situation. So some people in this situation, they have some problems in their marriage, right? So they have some issues in their marriage. They are, being controlled financially, perhaps by their spouse. I'm giving you kind of examples, meaning they can't spend money without asking their spouse. Their spouse wants to have their social media passwords and monitor their social media. They get a little bit jealous. They get jealous if they talk to people of the opposite sex, or even just are kind of controlling with the other people that they see. So these are all different situations when someone is married to a green card holder, they're out of status, and there's these kinds of things happening in their marriage. And these are just examples. All right, but if these things are maybe happening in your marriage, you might want to give us a call to see if you're eligible to self-petition for a green card. So if you're married to a green card holder, and again, also for a U.S. citizen, if you're married to a green card holder, you're out of status, and you have some problems in your marriage, you may be eligible to file on your own for a green card. So I would suggest give us a call. What happens if you qualify is we file your application, you'll get a work permit in about 6 months, and you'll get a green card in about 2 to 2.5 years. So give us a call if you find yourself in this situation. We may be able to help you apply for and receive a green card kind of on your own if you're married to a green card holder and out of status, or even if you had an illegal entry. But give us a call so we can do a consultation with you and let you know how to move forward from there, and hopefully get you a work permit and ultimately a green card in about 2 to 2.5 years. Okay, you can call us at 703-348-1663. That's how you contact us. We're open right now, and hopefully I can see you this week for a consultation. Jai Paul, hi, how are you? He says, hi, good afternoon. My mom sponsored me. She's a U.S. citizen, and she got an approval letter. Great. And then he's saying, now they say that we have to pay for the permanent visa. Jai Paul, I don't know if you're abroad or you're here, but yes, absolutely. So you sponsor in the beginning. I don't know if the process is different if you're here in the U.S. versus if you're abroad. So if you're here in the U.S., it's called adjustment of status. There's an application fee for both that initial sponsorship, which I'm sure your mom did, and also for the green card, the actual basically allowing you to enter as a green card holder. So there is a fee for that to the government. It's about a little over $1,000 for both, for if you do it abroad or here. But the process is a little bit different if you're here versus if you're abroad. But yes, so the question, I guess, was if you guys are people on different social media platforms. I don't know if you can see these questions, But essentially, the question was, is there a green card application fee? Yes, so there's a green card application fee. So there's the initial part of sponsoring, right? And sometimes that part is free, but the second part is your actual green card application. And it's it's a fee to the government, and it's about somewhere between, like a little over $1,000 to close to $2,000, depending on where you're located, depending on which process you are using. There are certain benefits, there are certain pros and cons to be able to use these processes. Okay, so give us a call if we can help you. We're at 703-348-1663. Jay Paul says, oops. Hi, Mohammed. How are you? Mohammed joined us on Facebook. Feel free to put your questions in if you have any. Okay. All right. Let me go through here. Any update for nurses? Give us a call. We might be able to help talk to you about these different visa types, what you might qualify for. There are there are different visa types that you can use, but absolutely, nurses are a hot commodity now with the pandemic. So definitely give us a call and schedule a consultation. Our consultations are done by phone or by Zoom, depending on how you want to do it. It's on your preference. So give us a call. We're at 703-348-1663. Jay Paul says, I'm in Guyana. Okay, great. So the process is a little bit different. Yes. So once the petition is approved, you do have to pay for an immigrant visa fee. I think the whole thing comes out to about $1,300 after including the petition, which you've already paid for. So if you're abroad, what are the immigration visa fees, right? So this is for green cards, people that are being sponsored for a green card. I mean, it's a great opportunity, Jay Paul. I know you feel like it's a lot of money, but if you're interested in moving permanently to the U.S., and your petition has been approved, you should, if you really want to live in the U.S., certainly this is an awesome way to get your green card and enter. So one of the questions we get is, when can I work after I receive my green card and come in the U.S.? So if you're abroad and you've applied for a green card, it's been approved, you've had your interview already at the embassy, you've been issued a stamp to enter as a green card holder, as soon as you come in, you can work. As soon as you come in, you can travel in and out of the country. You have a great deal of benefits as soon as you enter. So if you know people abroad, if you are sponsoring people abroad, as soon as they come in, they are green card holders, and the physical green card will be mailed to you at your U.S. address, usually within 3 months, but much, much sooner than that, as we've seen in practice. Okay, give us a call if we can talk to you about green cards, whether you're outside of the country, inside the country, whether it's family sponsored or employer sponsored. We can certainly advise you on how to move forward with that. Okay, to call us for a consultation, we're at 703-348-1663. Mohammed is saying, can a U.S. citizen help in getting a green card to an H-1B visa holder? Meaning, yes, in some ways, right? So if someone has an H-1B and you're married to them, you can certainly sponsor them for a marriage-based visa. If you have a company and you're not related to them somehow, you may be able to sponsor them for a work visa. An H-1B is a work visa. So yes, in that way, but you do need some kind of sponsorship. So if you're trying to sponsor someone for an H-1B, you as a U.S. citizen would still need to be an employer of some sort. The job would have to qualify for H-1B purposes. If we can help you, we do H-1Bs all the time, doing several right now. You can give us a call. We're at 703-348-1663. Jai Paul says, how long will it take after we pay, and what is the process? So what Jai Paul is doing, Jai Paul is located outside of the country. His mom sponsored him for a green card, and he's kind of trying to get a handle on what the process is. So let me kind of give you an overview of that. So essentially, if you're abroad and someone is sponsoring you for a green card, you have a petition in the U.S. So basically, show the person that is sponsoring shows that either they're a green card holder or a U.S. citizen, and that the relationship is one that can be sponsored, right? So you can't sponsor your cousins, you can't sponsor your aunts and uncles, but you can sponsor, really, if you're a U.S. citizen, your siblings, your children, your parents, right? So you can sponsor those people. So basically, the first part of any family-based green card petition is to show that the person that's sponsoring is a green card holder, or a U.S. citizen, and that they have a relationship with the person that they're sponsoring that is allowed for sponsorship. Hope that all makes sense. Okay, so that part is the same. So Jaipal is outside the country. His mother has sponsored him. That has already been approved, and there's a fee for that. So then, if as soon as that's approved, if the person you are sponsoring is outside the U.S., there is a case opened through the National Visa Center where they're collecting all sorts of documents and information about the person that's being sponsored, and also some financial information to show that you, as the person in the U.S., have the money to be able to care for them, right? Have the means to be able to care for them if the green card is approved. So that's where he is right now. So you have to pay a fee, an immigrant visa fee, which I think I'm forgetting, but I think it's about $300 for 2 different fees. You pay that, and they open up an application for you, and you fill out the application and submit that. I'm going to say it takes about 6 months from the time that is submitted for you to get an interview at the embassy. So then you will get scheduled for an interview at the embassy where you are located, where you'll have an interview. You'll have to have a medical exam completed, a whole host of other things. The process can be a little bit complicated, and the website is not super friendly. So I would suggest if you want to work with a lawyer, you can give us a call. We're at 703-348-1663. I hope that was helpful. Hi, Marissa. Marissa says, just wanted you to let you know that you are loved and the world is so much better with you in it. Wow, that is super sweet. Thank you so much. You made my day, Marissa. Sunny says, I'm married to a U.S. citizen and I have 3 U.S. citizen kids, but my entry was illegal. Is there a solution? Yes, there is. We help a lot of people in this situation. So Sunny says, what can you do if you're married to a U.S. citizen, you have an illegal entry? It's a bona fide marriage, meaning it was not just for immigration purposes. Clearly, they have 3 children. This clearly is not a marriage that was just for immigration purposes, right? Is there a solution for people with an illegal entry that are married to U.S. citizens? Yes, there is, right? It depends on the nature of your relationship, but you may qualify to receive a work permit in about 6 to 8 months. You might qualify to receive a green card in about 2 to 2.5 years. I would suggest you call our office to see if you're eligible. We handle a lot of situations just like this, where we are able to help spouses of U.S. citizens apply for a green card, even with an illegal entry. Okay, we've done this several times. Give us a call. We're at 703-348-1663. Majawal says, your dog should also answer. Where is he? It's a she, and she, I don't think, is right here, so I have no idea. Well, thank you for all the compliments today, you guys. You made my day. Give us a call if we can help you answer your immigration questions. We help with employment-based immigration. We help with family-based immigration. It's been wonderful to join today, this Monday, with you guys, and hopefully we can talk to some of you during a consultation. So call us if you'd like to schedule. We're at 703-348-1663, and I will see you soon. Bye, everyone.